right, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Welcome and welcome back to the academic year. And today we will have a very brief introduction of who is here in our community. And so we will have
There's something on the screen.
Okay. I think usually I'm loud enough. So today we will have welcome and from all the areas in our office, the 3 departments, 3 research centers and library and student org. And then we will have celebration with pizza and you can break out to learn more with the student orgs today. And hi, I'm Jingwen Chen. I'm director of the Stuckeman School. And it's truly an honor to serve with so many talented designers in this room and in this school. In all the excellent work I see every year is really outstanding, really inspiring. So really appreciate all of your work. And for new people, Stuckeman School includes the 3 departments and 3 research centers. And we are the community together. And the mission of the school is to foster the transdisciplinary collaboration. And how can we bring all these great minds together to solve the most challenging problems in the world that no single discipline can resolve? So how can we enhance integrated design innovation and also through our design collaboration in education? And this year, we launched our strategic plan and we added our values in addition to Penn State values, which are integrity, respect, responsibility, discovery, excellence, and community. And in our school, we have 3 additional values we adhere to. Collaboration. Again, our school really fosters the transdisciplinary collaboration. Perspectives. The transdisciplinary work with designers and non-designers together, and we need to have open mind and receive the worldview and understand different perspectives. That's how we can innovate our design. And last but not least, reimagination. As a designers, how can we be bold and have fun creating, the new ideas? How can we implement those new ideas, integrate all this different discipline knowledge, and to innovate and to address challenges in the world? So together, Stuckeman School drives positive impact by design. And we all together are part of Stuckeman community, and that we share our fantastic resources, facilities, and care for each other, help each other. And only we do help each other, we can thrive together as one Stuckeman community. And our community numbers, well, I don't have this year's number because it's still, this university is still updating. But in overall, our community has about 650 students. And this year we welcome the new first year, 2026 first year. So who are the first year here? All right, welcome. So welcome to our Stuckeman community. And we have 60-some faculty and 12 full-time staff, and again, 3 departments and 3 research centers. And 3 years ago now, well, this is my 4th year, I started to think about how we can co-design Stuckeman School together, really thinking about where can we be together as a community. And if you look at the history, our architectural landscape architecture has hundreds of years legacy and excellence. And we continue to thrive today. And graphic design, about 54 years this year now. So also a very long history legacy in the nation. So the Stuckeman, this school was founded in 2005, right, with generous donor, actually our alum, Stuckeman, and Carl Stuckeman, and he had this vision to bring, how can we create a real world experience and for students to learn in the school. So it brings the architectural, landscape architecture department together, and later graphic design joined. So now we can really learn from all the different perspectives. So how can we grow from there? And I'm happy to, and how can we think about what impacts do we want to make and what kind of ancestors do we want to be? So all our design has imprints. Our design has influence shaping our built environment, our ecosystem, our community. So every decision we make does make a difference. What kind of ancestors do you want to be? And I'm happy to share we have all three departments, research centers, goals, objectives also in this website. So we have one page. You can see schools and all units strategic plan here. And then for the school, we have 4 goals we want to strive for within this 5 years. Well, it's already 4 years now into. So the first one is how we can build nationally, internationally recognized collaborator in transdisciplinary design innovation. The second is to foster inclusive, diverse, collaborative culture grounded in equity, well-being, and transdisciplinary engagement. The third goal, strengthen research capacities, infrastructure, support systems to drive innovation. The fourth, cultivate future-ready designers for purposeful impact. And in 2030, we will be marking the 25th milestones for the Stuckeman School. And so we are going to implement those strategic plans, achieve those goals, and redocumenting, and we will demonstrate how we progress in 2030. So in our Stuckeman community, again, we have 3 research centers, 3 departments, and each of the units will introduce and welcome you in the later slides. And I will also want to introduce Office for All. We created Office for Access, Wellbeing, and Equity, and really with the goal to make everyone feels inclusive and belong, and they provide environment that can make everyone to thrive. So we have Mark Miller as our school associate director and for Office for All, and he will talk about the programs in the later slides too. And this year, I'm happy to announce that we established Office of Career Services. And Ross has been a steward in career advising and career day every year for over the past 10 years. And we really see the needs to elevate that service into an office so we can have a dedicated structure and resources and to really help student success. And this is really one of the key areas we want to make sure you all get how we prepare you ready for the future and challenges and career ready. And now I'd like to introduce the really key teams behind all this, how the Stuckeman School functions. Our staff is a fantastic team. And again, everything you you may take for granted of the table, chairs, and cleaning, or having the posters, everything ready. It's really all we'll need our staff behind the scene. So first, Liz, where are you? So Liz is assistant to the school director, and she is also the staff manager. And so everything you don't know about the school and also facility, about any questions, you can talk to Liz. Well, expert on this. It's us for about a year. So, actually less than a year. You started in March this year. So that's also keep supporting. And now we have Courtney is actually online. I see Courtney online. So Courtney does a lot of human resource personnel. If you have appointments, your assistantship, student workers, etc. Courtney is a person you can talk to. Karen is our financial analyst, and in everything about money, she's the one behind it to help us to keep on track on the finance sustainability. And Jessica, here. And Jessica joined us last June, just a little bit a year ago, and she has been instrumental to support architecture, Department of Architecture. Thank you. Katrina in the back. So Katrina is a critical person. You go for any kind of research questions and support. So she support all 3 research centers and many things. So again, especially on the research-oriented questions, and you can go to Katrina. And we have, let's go to Nina first. Nina, okay, she's next to it. So Nina is our graphic design coordinator and also graduate programs coordinator. So all the graduate students, you probably have contact with her already, and then graphic design students here. And thanks to Nina, she also does many other things. Field trips, lockers, keys, and so she can help with anything as well. So just talk to her, and to thank her for. Ken and Brian. Ken is there, and Brian
here.
Is there? Okay. So Pam is our Office of Marketing Communication Director, and Brian is our genius on all this graphic design in the marketing and communication. So thanks to both of them, so all the communication, newsletters, posters, events, promotions, and they all are doing great job and stories too. So thank you. And we have Sarah and Nate. And Sarah cannot not be with us today, but we have Kieran as in the absence of Sarah. So both are the undergrads advising, and I think it's divided by the numbers.
We divided the alphabet now.
Oh, alphabets. Okay, sorry. No, they divided by alphabets. So you can reach out to them for anything for undergrads courses and advising, and they are the resource there. So thank you. And I want to mention we are having a new staff. Chelsea Wood will join us on September 1st, and she will be our landscape architecture program coordinator. So we will be excited to have her. And I also want to mention we have a group of student office assistants. And in the summer, I want to shout out to Lauren Reed, and who helped us on the studio layout and many things during the summertime. And I think she now works in a DigiFab, but thanks to those student workers in the summer. And we have a new student worker this year. As you can see, we are 4 people and Angel. Is Angel here? Yes. So we are happy to have Angel back, and he has been with us since last year. And we have Karen here. And we have Leah and Han. And as you can see, they are some are from other disciplines, and one of the primary role is our tech support. So if you need any AV video audio systems, printing plotter issues, anything in the studios, in the building, feel free to reach out. They also help to manage the weekly newsletters, and so the info.stuckeman@psu.edu, that will reach out to student workers. They also help to manage the request for the hallway exhibition. So there's a form, and that's the email will go to them. So they do a lot of many different things, and they will be sitting at the front desk. So anytime you come by to the office, just feel free to say hi. So as well. Then we have a fantastic team for the facilities. We have Danny and Jack. Danny's here, and Jack
will be in soon.
Okay.
Comes in the afternoon.
So, well, at least I got photos. So if you have not been to the shop, this afternoon at 3:30, we have a town hall meeting in the shop, for shop town hall meeting. So everyone is welcome to see what's the transformative change in the shop, and to learn more about what's the areas of the shop. And we have Jamie.
Here.
Yes. And Jamie is a DigiFab supervisor. So from the base, should we call it garden level? The garden level shop and stores, 3D printing, and then the fourth level laser printers, all managed by Jamie. And we have a new OPP staff, Cherry. Cherry's in the back. And Cherry, this is her first day. So Cherry will help with anything janitorial or any settings, facility settings. If you need any help to move anything, and you can first contact Liz, and Liz can help coordinate. All right, let's give all the staff first. And I want to mention IEL, Immersive Environment Lab, is one of the facilities in the school. And so it's on the second floor. And Yasmin Abbas is the director of the lab, and she's associate teaching professor of architecture. And so she has been really helping to activate that space. And this year we will be welcoming our inaugural Stuckeman IEL fellow. So we'll be waiting to see who will be visiting us and help us to make the AR, VR, all the technology can be integrated into research and teaching. So that's keep an eye on who is coming. I don't know yet. I think we got the finalists, but we're still in the interview process. And thanks to Yasmin to steward the IEL. Okay, a few school-wide events, and every year in the fall, we have this open house, and this is meant to have everyone in our school to demonstrate their research activities. So everyone is invited, and this year will be on October 1st. And it will be aligned with college alumni events. So we probably expecting to see many people coming in. But again, if you have any research projects, and welcome to contact Trina and to showcase your work together. And every year we have a symposium. Usually we have open house in the fall, and in the spring we have this research symposium in the spring. And usually it's rotated, hosted by each research centers. And in 2025, recent year, we had Ecology Plus Design hosted by Ophelia. And then last year, we had Henry Center hosted this creative methods of studying changing climates. And this year, we have Stuckeman Center for Design Computing, which will be hosted by Jose and Aaron, our collaborators who previously employed the college. They will be hosting, help to host this AI colleges and the future of design in March. So stay tuned for more information on those events. And Stuckeman School Roundtable, this series really aims to provide a space for our community to share, debate, discuss any issues that's interest for our community. So we started in the fall 2024 with all various topics, as you can see, on AI, on real estate, innovation, climate, and futures of design. And last year we had aging. And this year we will have some focus on universal design. And I want to show you what is universal design. So it's not only to just compliance with ADA. That's probably the minimum to accommodate the needs. So I also want to take a moment to acknowledge this beautiful podium. All right, I need to take this off. So it's designed by our architectural faculty, Ishban, and his idea is actually be able to accommodate the different heights. As you know, I'm this tall, and we have Peter Stumble is that tall. And so Ishvan and also Marcus design another podium too. I don't think this is a competition, but both of them have a great design and very different style too, but all very, very unique and very stunning design. So this is, again, this is an example of what universal design can be, right? You want a design to address different needs, and I simply call it good design. And so it's inclusive, right? It's can be equitable, adaptive. So this year, we want to focus on universal design because you may, when you walk around the buildings and facilities, you may find some things may not work for you, right? Our landscape architectural protection team either identify those things in the studio space as being accessible. So how can we have a more innovative approach to those issues? So this will be the topic we want to think about this year. And in the spring, we will have this interdisciplinary design competition. Last year, our topic is about intergenerational design. And we collaborate with College of Nursing and the Penn State Extension. So again, this year, we will have a topic on universal design. And this is the interdisciplinary, really, we focus on the team with 2 or more disciplines together. So that's the criteria to form a team. So stay tuned on that as well. So this is just a quick laundry list, but you will get all these notifications on many different ways communicated through our weekly, monthly newsletters and special event announcements. So now I'm going to invite Mark Miller to talk about more on the office ball.
Hey folks, welcome. Happy fall, all those things. I will not say the two magic words. As mentioned, I'm Mark Miller. I think you know I'm the Associate Director of Law, and as you can see here, our primary objectives focus around, I'll summarize, well-being and making sure that we make a place for folks in the school. So we will hear you say, instead of school, we will hear you talk about it as a community, because I'm more concerned about these people as individuals who need to be comfortable then with some self sometimes, for good or for bad, depending on what I'm talking about at any point in time. But what I'd really like to talk to you about right now, or to give you a quick outline, is some of the things we're doing and how we sponsor and support faculty, staff, students in the school and beyond as well. One of the biggest things, one of the first things, is the Diversity and Inclusion Fellows program, which we've been running since 2021. It's an opportunity for you to create research based off issues, concerns in the school, and you can send out beyond the college as well. We've had collaborators work through the college on topics that you're interested in with respect to diversity. There's previous submissions have included a podcast for communication, accessibility, based off of educational levels, providing resources for students entering the school, and workshops about how to improve the learning spaces based off of students' perceptions instead of just what furniture they may be available. So if you're interested, the call will go out shortly, but please contact me. Secondly, outside, we have been on developing a relationship with folks with Design Teachers Forum, which is a student-oriented, faculty-engaged program with non-conference that is held across various universities every year, first week of June. This year will be in Minneapolis. We've had two cohorts in the recent years attend. We've had a cohort attend. It's a really fantastic conference about well-being, creating connections. I have learned to do reaffirming that you are not alone, and that you have unique ideas that are important to others in addition to the small group you might see on a day-to-day basis in your own institution. Faculty benefits from the experience of seeing other faculty doing similar work, and also making a network, finding resources related to equity, diversity, and inclusion issues as well. We're also trying to maintain a relationship with the Justice Alliance in Design Education, which is a subset or organization that is run or sponsored by Design Philadelphia. And they have monthly meetings, but they also have an annual event, or they plan to have an annual event, symposium, workshops. It depends on the theme and what's going on, but they also have in the monthly meetings, they will have workshops about teaching and learning. So there's a problem solving and reflection on how faculty work relates to one another and to the students as well, what's different about what things work and what things. So those are the basic key things. I will also mention one thing that was not on the agenda for the day, I will be sponsoring two workshops about leading in the middle, where faculty, staff, and students will have an opportunity to speak their piece about the comfort and discomfort as individuals in schools, so students to speak about their concerns. Separately, instance, give those initially about their concerns with how they are learning and with their things in school. And faculty have the equipment. And then in the spring, we will have another event where we will get together and talk about these things. We create some sort of new contract that we can hopefully live by or we can remember as a explore engagement. That's what I have. Thank you. Happy fall to you all again. Enjoy your year.
Look out for those fellowships from Office for All. Now I invite Ross for the Office of Career Service.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see some familiar faces. For those who don't know me, I'm Ross Weinreb. I'm an architecture faculty member. I also was the Stuckeman School Career Advisor that is now transitioning into the Stuckeman School Office of Career Services. It's essentially a lot of the same stuff I was doing, but expanding programming, more professionally themed events, more consistency with these sorts of things, like going on firm tours, our annual career fair. But when it comes down to it, really the main thing is still seeing students for professional development, like resumes, portfolios, cover letters, connecting to alumni, talking about licensure, things like that. The office, we're still kind of planning what events are going to be coming, most likely starting in the spring and rolling into next fall. But some of those things include, I guess you might have them on these slides actually. Yeah, so I guess in spring, we're going to have a career day as we normally do in February. Just check your emails for that as it gets closer. We're also planning next fall to have some sort of similar type of event, but not necessarily a career fair, but more of like a week or a series of professional development seminars and activities and events. And then we're also tentatively planning a firm crawl or firm tour, if you want to call it that, to Baltimore in the spring. So just keep an eye out for that as well. I think that's it for me. I actually have to run and go teach.
Share any ideas to him, and yeah, if you want any ideas. So thank you.
Thank you, Chingwen. Good morning, everyone. Since we had our welcome event yesterday, I'll be very brief. So the architecture department, the motto or the main driving idea is transform architectural education to meet social and environmental needs. So we'll have several events along the year. The first one is going to be on 9/11, an exhibition on memorials built or designed to celebrate or to mark this big unfortunate event. Then we will have, as Chingwen mentioned, the Stuckeman Research Symposium, which will be on AI ecologies and the future of arts and design, which I'm co-organizing together with Aaron Knuckle, who used to be at the School of Visual Arts, but he left, Penn State, but he's still very engaged in the organization of the event. So I hope to have, a strong collaboration from all of you in participation in the event. And then a very important event is the accreditation of the MARC program, which is our professional program. So Raman Nazar is in charge or leading the team, leading or preparing for the accreditation. So I'm also happy to welcome a new faculty. So I will say, I think I saw Bruce earlier. Is Bruce here? Bruce Quigley? He's not, so I'll just name them. So Alalemo Semi and Ali Bagi are our PhD students, and for the first time, they're offering a course on robotic fabrication. So a very exciting course. Then we have Bruce Quigley and Smita Sebnam and Yoon Gal as well, so the new faculty. And that's all for now. Thank you very much.
Hi.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
All right. Hello, I'm Joel Brady with graphic design. We are over in Borland across the parking lot, but we traipse over here and invite you to traipse over there. You'll see over in the Rouse Gallery, we have an exhibition by some Philadelphia designers, the Young Jerks. They will be visiting us later this semester. And we also are working with Penn State Votes and the university libraries to put on an event later this semester, the Ballot Buddies. I forget exactly what they call it, but a big day of voting information-y stuff with lots of materials and experiences designed by graphic design students and presented by Penn State Votes. We've got lots of stuff going on this semester. It's mostly internal, but it will be keeping us very busy. Did you say there was a second slide? Let's see what's on the second slide. Oh, we've got a new faculty member. We are inviting Ryan Coe back into the arms of Penn State after several years in the wilderness. She will be teaching, well, just all over the graphic design curriculum. And that's what I have to say. Thank you, everybody.
Design students' work and exhibition. It's very different than architecture and landscape architecture. So it's very watch. Okay, Rossi.
Hey, everybody. I'm Roxy Thorne, Department Head in Landscape Architecture. And we have, I think, a fun year planned, a not so busy year compared to some of the strategic planning, accreditation sort of things going on. I lost my notes. I don't know what we're doing. We will be working on implementing our strategic plan. The focus this year will be looking at the intersection of curriculum and research. So look for ways to get involved in some of those initiatives. We will be running a faculty search this year. So we'll be looking for a new faculty member to join us in the realm of ecology and design, urban ecology, that sort of realm of what we do. In the fall, we will be welcoming alum Pengu, who is a principal at Mahan Reichel in Baltimore. So very excited to have her coming back to campus. In spring, we have several events planned, but I want to note in particular, we'll be welcoming the artist and landscape architect, David Buckley Borden, who works on environmental communication. He actually just won an ASLA National Award for some of his work. So excited to have some workshops and an exhibition of his work. And we'll also be welcoming Michael Geffel of Land Lab, who works on experimental and research-based landscapes around maintenance and sort of stuff. I want to note, we will be sending some folks to our national conference, the ASLA conference, coming up very early this year. Usually it's towards the end of October. It's mid-September this year. And really pleased to be able to announce that yesterday ASLA announced their national awards, and Professor Leanne Anderson, wow, where did that come from? Leanne Andrews was the faculty mentor for a team of 10 students working in Iquitos, Peru. And they received an ASLA National Award. So they'll be picking that up in Los Angeles, which is very exciting. And I think the only other thing I have is that I want to welcome Assistant Professor Hongbing Tang. I saw her here somewhere. Yes, there she is. So welcoming her to our faculty, we're very delighted to have you join us in the area of implementation and the technology. And she's also a very skilled watercolor artist. So if that's an area you want to learn more about, check out her work. So thanks so much.
By research centers. First is Center for Ecology Plus Design, Andy.
Thank you. I'm Andy Cole, Professor in Landscape Architecture and Director of E+D, which is all the way down the hallway just before you get to the library. The group of faculty and students are working on things related to ecological impacts and what things have been promised in those designs and whether they're actually ecologically correct or not. And so it's mostly graduate students, but I do have faculty that are working with undergrads. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, especially since what you just said, we're looking at design and research. Please get in touch with me or actually any faculty member who's interested in doing this. We're welcome everybody to come in. Again, it's all the way down the hall. And if you need some more information, please come see me. Happy to talk to you. Oh, I sent 2 slides. Okay. I'm actually amazed you got both of them last night. It's a different machine. So this is just the kind of thing we work with. We've involved in helping some of the studios, especially the 322 realignment studios. And there is just some examples of some of the things that the faculty are working on with graduate students. So please feel free to get involved, work with me or anybody that's working with E+D. And for the faculty who are not yet involved, please soon be happy to have anybody join in and play along with the rest of us. So, thanks.
Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Lisa Yulo. I am the director of the Hamer Center for Community Design. And the Hamer Center is located just down the hall between where we're sitting now and Ecology Plus Design. So I welcome you all to come in. The Hamer Center is really your conduit between the expertise of what we do here in the school in architecture, landscape architecture, and graphic design, and the communities we serve. And so we have a full house of really great faculty, students, and others who sit and work in the Hamer Center. And this year we are welcoming Erica Husser as assistant research professor in the Hamer Center for Community Design. So she will be leading up initiatives related to design and health within the built environment, and also helping us to assess the impact of the work that we're doing in community design for benefits, hopefully, to you all as faculty and students, and also to the communities that we work with. We also have 5 new graduate students that will be working in the Hamer Center for Community Design, along with the matriculated students who have been working with us for the past year or more. The Hamer Center for Community Design, we really think about the work that we do as being guided by the Sustainable Development Goals. So where we are focused on communities and the resilience and sustainability of those communities through our research and outreach arms, which include the Energy Efficient Housing Research Group, the HEAL, the Healthy Environments Action Lab, which Erica will be helping us to lead, Resilience by Design, and Rahman Azari's Resource and Energy Efficiency Lab. We are able to really connect to all 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals. But what is really important about the work that we do is the networks that we create, the collaborations, the partnerships for the goals, and the meaningful impacts that that is able to have. So really using the work, the expertise within what we do in the Hamer Center to support the strategic plans of the school, the transdisciplinary design and other things that we're doing, as well as the goals of the different departments, and to work with the Ecology Plus Design and also the SCDC and the work that we do. So we offer a number of programs to be able to support the work within the school financially, which include grants to support classes, which hopefully some of the students that are here in the room have had an opportunity to engage in some of those classes or will have that opportunity in the future. We have travel support matching funds. If you are going to a conference or are involved in some way in research where you will be presenting community engaged work, we can help to provide matching funds for support to go to those grants. And we also, as I said, make connections between communities. We also have research funding for faculty who are engaged in community design related research. Just to reiterate, we do have the Stuckeman Research Expo and the symposium coming up this year. So want to just encourage again, you all to participate.
So before I introduce Felicia, I just want to make a note that since our previous department head of architecture, Frank, left us in May, I really appreciate the entire department of architecture, how they come together, stepping up, and really help to steward and care for the department together. So just say, stepping up as interim department head, and Jose has been a director of SCDC in the past 10 years. And we, Felicia graciously to step up as an acting director this year for SCDC. So just want to give a shout out and appreciate all your extra effort, extra care for the department and school. So thank you. Please, Felicia, to say something about the center, or you can
Say a couple words about what we do. So hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Davis, and I'm the interim director of the Stuckeman Center for Design Computing. And I'll just say what we do, because many of you are new here and maybe you've heard the term SEDC. It's the Stuckeman Center for Design Computing, and we support the integration of digital technologies and computational thinking in the Stuckeman School and the College of Arts and Architecture. So the center supports research through stipends, student support, equipment, and also with travel grants. So one of our largest grants will be coming up in April, I think around mid-April. It's called the Collaborative Innovation Grant, and it supports the other centers as well. Basically, it draws upon people that are working in other departments, other disciplines, and allows them to come together to support a kind of piece of research. So this year, the Stuckeman School, as you've heard, will host the Stuckeman School Symposium on the 26th and 27th of March. And it's titled AI Ecologies in the Future of Arts and Design. So stay tuned for more information. And it's been a pleasure working with you, Jose, and weaving together the next year. So with that, I'll hand it over back to you.
Okay. Now, Stuckeman School, we are really luxurious to have a university library in-house. And I'll invite Lauren to introduce the library.
Hello, I'm Lauren Davis. I'm your librarian, and I'm happy to talk with you about any projects you have and locating resources in the library for that. You might also see me in classes teaching you how to use the library. And I also select the books and journals in our collections. Our Digital materials are at libraries.psu.edu, and that's across Penn State. And then you'll also find books and journals in the library down the hall on architecture, graphic design, and landscape architecture on topics after 1850. And then for anything else, you'll need to go over to the T Paterno. In the library down the hall, we've got Tim Allman as our library supervisor. You can ask him for any questions about the library space, but he also knows the collections really well too. And then Robert Peterson handles like fees and fines and stuff like that. But we also have desk staff, and you can stop by and ask them any questions. They'll help you find the book you need, help you search online, or help you find the person you need to talk to.
The library in-house. Okay, so now let's welcome student organizations, and please step up. So, yeah, please step forward and introduce which organization.
Hello. Wow. I am the president of NAMLA for the 2026-2027 calendar year. And essentially what essentially stands for the National Association for the Minority of Landscape Architects. But again, I will be echoing, as it has been for the previous years, it is not simply for minorities or landscape architects. It's a broad umbrella for all majors and all people and grad and undergrads. Some events that we've held in the past is we've hosted movies such as Frozen 2, I think Mulan, and live action for some reason. And we've also hosted professional development events such as portfolio workshops, software workshops like Rhino, AutoCAD, SketchUp, and etc. And I think that is pretty much the lowdown of NAMLA.
Yeah, can we have student organizations come?
Last, this is the Landscape Architecture Student Society. If you need anything,
feel free to contact me through my email, which is up here. And we do pretty much the same thing as NAMLA. We're open to all landscape architecture students. And yeah, we hold events throughout the year, alumni connections, conference trips, movie nights. We do a lot of paint and sip events and lots of networking with the alumni and all that. So if you need anything, feel free to contact me. Nice to meet you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lucy Lombardi, and I'm the Vice President of AIAS. AIAS is a professional undergraduate club that you can be involved as an architecture student. We do things like firm calls and networking events with alumni and other professors that are here in our school. We also have AIS benefiting Thon, which is a small Thon program that we run, where you can still have the benefits of going to Thon and having dancers on the floor, but it's on a smaller level. And then we also have Freedom by Design. So they help to fix up things around the school. Just recently, they helped with the photo booth. So if you have any questions about any of that, you can reach out.
yeah,
Can I ask you to, on behalf of Queer Concept?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Brooke and I are faculty advisors along with Dan in Landscape Architecture for Queer Concept, which is the LGBTQ plus center or club at the Stuckeman School, and it represents landscape architecture, graphic design, and architecture students. The other members, Aubrey and Lee, which you see listed there, are in Rome this semester. Emily Berkheimer from Landscape Architecture is around, and surely you'll hear from Queer Concept soon on events and things that you can join. So we'll hope you'll be there. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Yasaman, and I'm the Vice President for GREED, that is the Graduate Research and Innovative Design. So it's a student organization for all grad students in Stuckeman, and we usually host events that are about professional and career development, also some socialism and de-stress events as well, and having fun. And the main goal is to build a community, a strong community that makes us closer, and also helping graduate students to grow in their career and academic life. And also this year, we are thinking of expanding some of the events to undergraduate students, including introducing the centers to them so that maybe some of them would get interested in graduate studies and get familiar, and also building a better community. And some of the events would be possibly open to other arts and architecture departments. So it can encourage collaboration and interdisciplinary work and projects.
Well, maybe a few organization couldn't be here today, but you can always contact them. And appreciate all the students' engagement, and that's really a critical part to make our Stuckeman community alive. And just a few reminder, please follow us if you haven't. You can on the Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, YouTube. And yeah, please follow us. And now between me and between the peace side coming, I just want to say welcome. And we are Stuckeman community together. We thrive together. Each of you belongs. I know it sounds cheesy, like in the gym, but I think it indeed that I want everyone to feel welcomed, belonged, and let's bring community care together as in a Stuckeman school. So we are Stuckeman community and have an amazing semester. Thank you.